I just can't wait for our local movie theater to reopen. I hope
Oh,
maybe by the time that this is out there for people to hear or see that the Rosa is reopened, but that's such a cool part of town here. I really, really hope that can get going again. So
I haven't heard anything.
yeah,
They keep kind of changing their sign once in a while. See you in
right.
Trinity.
Hibernating till the next year. Yeah, right.
I don't know what the deal is.
Well, yeah, I'm gearing up to. I'm figuring I'm going to have to see Doctor Strange here, Doctor Strange 2 in Appleton or something, because I really thought, well, by the time we get to the summer blockbusters at the start of May, it'll hopefully be reopened. But I haven't heard anything. So
I like our little theater.
I do too. It's super. It's a fantastic. That was one of the coolest things when the night that I got the call from the bishop here at the time, and this could, we could spend another 20 minutes talking about how weird this is, but the church that I'm a part of, the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America that Trinity's a part of here, has like, they do like basically like a draft for new pastors, incoming pastors coming out of seminary. And when I found out that I had been, like drafted for the East Central Synod of Wisconsin, and specifically that the bishop here at the time wanted me to, interview with Trinity and Waupaca, one of the first things I did was go on, I don't even know if it was Google Earth at the time, but it was like Google Maps Street View, and like, looked at the pictures of the downtown, and like, first thing I found was Little Caesars next door to the church. Yes. And then like, I think I had already heard from the bishop, or somehow I think I knew immediately that there was a Dairy Queen next door already. But then well, that's great. But then the Little Caesars was like, okay, that's great, because for a while in the Green Bay area, I went a period of time without Little Caesars. After for a while there was no Little Caesars in the Green Bay area where I was growing up and going to college. But they had them in Minnesota. I'm like, okay, good. Waupaca has a Little Caesars. And then I, walked down Main Street with the, laptop. This was all during a class I was supposed to be paying attention to in seminary. I was figuring out what Waupaca would be like. And one of the first things I saw was the Rosa. I'm like, that's cool. It's like an old little theater. And gosh, I hope it comes back. But
Well, I haven't heard anything about it actually closing. They just
no, and they're still getting like FedEx shipments, because they're, you see the little slips on the doors and stuff. So I'm like, I'm hoping.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a staffing thing.
Well, that's what I kind of figured, because I know that's been tough for a lot of businesses and stuff. So you guys probably know something about that. So
well, we could probably use a few more staff, but we're pretty solid right now.
Well, I was going to say you're I'm sure a great place where people want to work. So that's cool. Lucky Tree and Northern Home are great places, everybody. Can't say that in a church service, but
no, yeah, Waupaca's pretty cool. I guess,
cool.
Yeah, I keep hearing rumors about T-Dubs opening.
I was going to say, I hope that is more than hot gossip by the time people are able to digest this podcast. But I am so missing T-Dubs. I can't even tell you how much money in gift cards I have, some of which I got through like a silent auction that like started before COVID and ended, like a year later. And we kind of on speculation bought the package with the T-Dubs gift card in it, hoping that, we would be able to use it.
Somebody told me that they were going to maybe redo their menu a little bit. I really hope they keep their stuffed mushrooms. I love those things.
Oh, they have to. I don't like mushrooms, but everybody talks about those. Yeah.
For Michelle's birthday, we went out to Simpson's the other night, and that was good, man.
I have to say, the last couple of times I've been there has been really good. Unfortunately, it's often been for funeral luncheons, but yeah, Simpson's is great. T-Dubs is, I mean, there are so many great places to eat in Waupaca, but that's the one I've really been missing, because it's just kind of its own, sort of entity that Waupaca doesn't have anywhere else. So
yeah. Well, we had our Christmas party, our staff Christmas party at Simpson's last Christmas, and
cool.
Finally nice to be able to do that, to be honest.
Yeah,
we kind of missed there for a year or two, but that was, they do a good job, man. And the other night, it's the first time I've had liver in a long time, so
Yeah.
Because no one in my house will eat it. So what's the point of making it? So
I cannot fathom eating liver. It's right up there with jumping out of an airplane. It's just one of those things I don't have on my bucket list. And my grandmother loved it, and my great grandmother, who was a Swedish immigrant, loved it. But no, I don't need liver and or onions in my life, honestly. So